Welcome back to the Loveland Report Loan Ranger Show. We've been talking about interest rates holding steady, things getting better that way, how to get into your first home, how to get into your second home, how to leapfrog, how to get your house ready for sale. The market is slowly picking up summer steam. We're still a little behind last year. I'm going to do some listings real quick here. I've got a great one. You want no homeowner association for $373,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool, 1,400 square feet with a pool, in-ground pool,
Nice.
not above ground, not a cat trap. In-ground pool for $373 in a pop cut right by the 429. All that growth out there. This is the best priced pool home around, Bruce.
I like that.
And it's just, and the inside is perfect condition.
For $375 with a pool.
Half-acre lot, and you're set back.
I might look at that as a rental right there. That'd be a good rental property.
And then we've got Orange Tree. I've got Gulf Front in Orange Tree. Orange Tree is, I don't want to say a poor man's Bay Hill, Bruce, but everything in Bay Hill costs.
What do you mean Orange Tree is nice? Are you kidding me?
Bay Hill costs up over $1 million. Orange Tree runs from the sixes to the millions and higher on the lake. This is a Gulf Front home, $750,000 for 2,500 square feet, all renovated with travertine floors. The master in this home, this is actually the floor plan that I have on my house. The master is enormous, Bruce. It's 30 feet long. Master bath's been renovated. Closet organizers, everything's done. The kitchen's been done with new cabinets, new granite. And then I've got in Lake Mary, I've got a 4,000 square foot retail center. Could be an office building, doctor's office, lawyer's office. It was a kitchen showroom, and it's like an office condo, 1.2 million on that. And then we go to Conway Gardens. I've got for 825,000. I've got 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths with a pool, 3,100 square feet, and almost an acre lot. And this is in Conway. This is kind of downtown.
Nice. Yeah.
And the nice thing about this, Bruce, main house is a 3-2 with a den. Then you got a guest apartment. And there's also like a cabana out by the pool that's under air and a full bath. So $825
You want to get qualified for that? Call me. You can get a conventional loan on that. You don't even have to have a jumbo.
Yep.
3% down, 5% down.
Wow. And then I've got a beautiful house. This is like a New Orleans provincial style 2-story in Dr. Phillips, 940,000, 3,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths with a pool, travertine around the pool. The wood floor has been redone inside the home. $70,000 kitchen remodel.
Wow.
Master is on the first floor with a den for $940,000. And then we go to the Highlands in Winter Springs.
What a great neighborhood that is.
499, 2,000 square feet. Biggest lot in the Highlands, over 1/3 of an acre. We've got all kinds of hardscape out back. A spot for your gazebo, screened-in patio. Inside, there was about $100,000 renovation on the inside, totally redone. And then you got a kid going to Rollins or need to get mom close to you. You live in Winter Park or near Baldwin Park, $189 for this 1-bedroom, totally redone condo, Bruce. The fees are very low at only $300 a month for 700 square feet, but totally redone. Washer, dryer.
That's a 1-bedroom. It's not an efficiency.
It's a 1-bedroom. It has a full bedroom, not just an open floor plan studio.
Yeah.
And it also has a little patio out back, viewing a courtyard. And then
what floor is that on?
It's on the first floor.
No
so
kidding.
Grandma doesn't want to do the stairs. You can put her close by you. So call me if you want to take a look at any of these at 407-352-8118. You know, Bruce, I got 3 phone calls last week from people calling me on my listings, and then I offered to help them, and they're like, well, oh my God, he goes, nobody else will call me back.
Oh,
It's like, I've got a team that helps me. I've got people that answer the phone. I got a live person that answers the phone, not a call center, not an AI voice, not a AI bot. We will take care of your real estate needs. If you need to buy something or sell something, or you're tired of not getting rent, your property got destroyed by a tenant, we will help prevent that. Give us a call at 407-352-8118.
can you imagine being in business and not returning phone calls? Yeah, but you and I see that all the time. But can you imagine you're running a business and you don't return phone calls? I mean, I expect it when I'm dealing with the one-man plumber. It's getting a mechanic out to fix my boat. Okay, you're a mechanic, but you never returned my phone call. You're the AC guy. I never heard back from you.
I have that happen when I have offers on properties, Bruce. The listing agents won't call us.
Well, can you imagine you're selling a $500,000 product, and yet the listing agent that you hired doesn't even return the phone call of a prospective buyer? It's absolutely unbelievable. But you know what? I honestly think if I look at your industry, which is really my industry, although I'm in the mortgages, you're in real estate, I think that most real estate agents are ill-equipped to properly serve the client's needs.
Well, 71% of them last year didn't even write an offer.
And the ones that did, if you are part of that 1% that did. How many of those 21% just sold one or two?
Exactly.
Right?
So no, you don't take a chance. Call me, call Bruce. Bruce, I want to dive into homeownership for people when they're getting started. Co-signers.
Yes.
I got a couple things here. Co-signers can help. Tell how that works.
So a co-signer is really a co-owner when it comes to a mortgage because everybody's equal. It doesn't matter whether you're first or second. Everybody's equal. But you can use a family member, a relative, and they don't even have to be a relative to be a
I would do
co-owner.
that for family, but I wouldn't do it for a friend. And you might be better off giving them a gift.
It really depends because what I don't like to see is people that do it and then they break up and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But if you and I went in to buy a home, we could do that together because we have a partnership.
Yeah.
But and I would do that with you. But would I have my buddy co-sign for me to buy a home? Probably not.
Yeah.
But you have to also understand the dynamics of that relationship as well. I find it worse. And, the old adage where, that girl's a gold digger, and she's just gold digging the guy.
Yeah.
It's actually the opposite in society.
What you've seen? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Men take so much advantage of young women. Listen, women, if you have to co-sign for your boyfriend, run.
Yeah, exactly.
Run. If he says my credit's messed up, but I'll pay you back, I really want that new Harley.
A ring on it. Definitely.
Listen, I don't even care if there's a ring on it. If he can't pull or toe the line, you need to run.
Yep.
And you women are, I don't know if you're lonely or what it is, but do not sign for anybody to buy a motorcycle.
Gifts.
Don't do it.
What can gifts be?
Well, a gift is got to be from a family member.
That
okay?
has to be from a family.
Immediate family member. Yes. Anyone could co-sign for you, but a gift has to be from a family member, mother, father, sister, brother. Okay.
Yep.
Now, can you do cousins? Sometimes you can get away with that too, but that's what a gift is. I love the fact that parents and grandparents are now starting to see the light that I would like to give my children and grandchildren an early inheritance while they're alive, to buy a home, to help them offset some debt. That's what you want to do because you can create that legacy. I'm going to tell you, when you die, if you leave your money to your heirs, most of it will be frivolously spent. Yeah. Particularly if that family member is not used to having money. You are going to make them worse. So why don't you give them a gift and toward a house now that they can't go buy a Boston Whaler with? Yeah. They can't go buy an 80-inch screen TV. They can't buy a Harley Davidson. Yeah. They're going to invest the money in real estate. And that's what I'm doing with mine. My kids, that money's got to go to real estate.
And I've got some other things. I got some other notes here about, if you can't find a house you like or you can't afford what's there, it says relocate. And we've got cheaper areas in Florida.
Sure we do.
Now, I don't want you to leave Florida because that's where I sell real estate. Maybe we go outside of town a little bit. Drive. Some people working remote. It's not a big deal.
Land, Deltona, some buys out there. You can get out. You can get out of town a little bit further. I remember it wasn't long ago when Davenport was cheap. Now it's through the roof.
Well, it's through the roof, and everybody went out there because they had to get. It used to be just vacation homes,
right?
And Orlando got so crowded they had to move out there the last 7 years.
That's right.
That's why the traffic's.
Let's get your number out real quick.
407-352-8118 for the best real estate planner in town. And we will help you buying, selling, or managing your investments.
Yeah, or call the loan arranger, Bruce Woodburn, 35 years in the mortgage business, right here in your backyard. One of the top producers in the entire nation. I don't tell you that to brag. I'm just telling you that other people use me. Check my references, check my Google reviews, and then call me at 407-250-9144 or go to WeBringYouHome.com. Everything with me is done in person. We can meet in person. We can do a Zoom meeting. We can talk on the telephone. You get my undivided attention, and then you get my entire team to help you gather your documents and put your loan together so we can close. My average close time, even on a VA loan, is 28 days. I'm hearing people call me going, "Oh, it's VA. Do you need 45 days? No, I don't need 45 days. Yeah. So we are here to help you. Refinance, purchase, construction loan, renovation loan, you name it. Reverse mortgages becoming very popular as we're getting an aging population. Reverse mortgages may be right for you, but don't fall for a lot of the shenanigans. Don't fall for the Magnum PIs. What you want to do is you want to know that you're doing the right thing. I would tell you that probably 50% of you that call me for a reverse mortgage, I do suggest it. The other 50%, probably not so much.
I
So
don't
let's
see
look
enough.
at it and get somebody that's not going to try to talk you into doing something.
Well, you and
It's,
I had 3 clients over the past 4 months that thought they needed it. I think 2 are going to go with it.
Yep,
2 are,
I got 2 going with it.
Two
The
are
other
in their
one
80s.
shouldn't have done it.
and well, one shouldn't have done it when he did it.
Well, he had already done one.
He had already done it 15, 18 years ago, and it's really ballooning now. So
Yes.
the principal's climbing $5,000 a month. But for their next home, they're going to purchase.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got one that thought they needed to, but they're going to do a regular mortgage. And still have we're going to sell the house. They're going to have $500,000 left. They're going to put 200 down, or actually less than that, because they're going to buy something around 300. And you only got to put down. It depends on your age, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing. It is age based.
It's very age based.
Yeah, age discrimination there a little bit. It's allowed on that, but you put down a little.
Well, you have to be, because it's a reverse mortgage. I mean, yeah, and you need a lot of equity. You need a lot of equity in it. But listen, if you are curious about what the best scenario for you would be, maybe reverse is, maybe not, maybe paying cash for the property and you don't even need me. I had a client that I'm saving right now that called me because they needed a mortgage as really a bridge, and then they were going to pay me off.
Mhm.
I showed them how to keep a small mortgage, but recast the one I gave them.
Yeah.
Now they said, nope, we're not doing it. Now their buyer pooped out on them. So they still have to close on the one they're buying. So now I'm going back, and we restructured that thing, and it's going to work out perfect for them. You need somebody that's going to guide you in the right direction and give you all that right information, because they were confused. They had talked to another lender. They were confused. It didn't seem like it was right for them. And I said, it's not right for you. This is how we need to do it.
You said recast. Go into that.
Well, recast, they're going to sell their house. They're going to throw $300,000 down at my $500,000 mortgage. So then they're only going to have $200,000 mortgage, and I'm going to readjust the payment based on a $200,000 mortgage.
Not refinancing for $15,000.
That's $250 to do it. It's cheap. And then you can only do it one time, but it's a great way to do it. Listen, you don't have to pay your mortgages off. You should have a small mortgage, unless if you're just so loaded with cash, you don't want one.
Yeah.
But let's look at everybody's individual situation so we can customize that to meet your needs. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I am the loan arranger. Put me to the test. Call me. Let's talk about it. If you think that you're not getting the best advice for you, fire me. You don't have to hire me. I don't charge you any money for an application. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger, or Cleve Loveland, the voice of real estate here in Orlando, can be reached at
407-352-8118. I want to dig into something you said there. Fire me.
Fire me.
You don't charge upfront fees. I don't charge upfront fees. I have easy exit listing with no penalty. I've never had anybody fire me for being.
Oh my gosh.
I've had people change direction, say, hey, we're going to rent it. We're getting what we want. Let's go off the market. My management contract, you're not locked into that. You give me notice, I'll let you out. I've never been fired for management. I've had some people say we're going to move back into it.
Yeah, or we're just going to manage it on our own or whatever.
Yep. I had a couple landlords that were so cheap I couldn't deal with them, so I fired them. But make sure in a buyer broker agreement, never, ever, ever pay a realtor up front, and make sure there's $0 to cancel.
And have an exit strategy. I had one yesterday. She stuck with this listing for 6 months.
Yep. I've got a couple of those waiting right now. And the other trick they'll do, Bruce, say, oh yeah, sure, we'll let you out. And they send you a conditional withdrawal, which says, okay, our listing wasn't going to end for 3 more months till the end of September. So if you do sell, you'll still owe us a 3% or 6% commission. So you might
don't do it, folks. Don't do it.
I'll take care of you on that. And Bruce, I'm going to dive into what we got. We got 2 minutes.
We got to
take a break. When we get back, we're going to talk about how long should it take to sell your house.
Oh, I want to hear that one.
Call me at 407-352-8118 or go to cleveloveland.com.
Or the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Cleve and I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Show. We're going to talk about how long should it take, what's reasonable, and do not hire a realtor that is going to charge you a escape clause. We'll be back.